Okay, so today I put pen to paper and made a list of chapters for the new book. So here they are, in no particular order. Chapter 1, What's Off the Lead? Okay, and I'm gonna fly through all of these, and then I'm gonna go over them individually just to flesh them out slightly. Okay, so chapter 1 will be What's Off the Lead? Okay, chapter 2 is education. 3 is spirituality. 4 is physical and mental traits. 5 is evolution. 6 is psychology. 7 is politics. 8 is class. 9 is business. And 10 is basically what to do with all of this. Okay, so that's the list of chapters. And as I said, I'm just going to fly through them very quickly and flesh them out slightly for my own fucking peace of mind and to whoever might have an interest. So the first chapter, Off the Lead. Where did the name come from, and what does it mean? Why do I do it, and what good do I hope will come from it? Okay, and what's its mission statement? Now, as it stands, the mission statement is to inspire and empower, and I'd like to think that I have inspired and empowered people, and I don't have to like to think that. I know that as a demonstrable fact. And I know that as a demonstrable fact because too many people have contacted me, people that I know, that I've grown up with, that have texted me, or people that I don't know from fucking Adam and are from the four corners of the fucking planet who've emailed me to imoffthelead@gmail.com. And also to my patrons, the lads who fucking coughed up a few bob and have literally put their money where their mouth is and have decided to support me financially. And if you want to do that, you'll be able to do that at www.patreon.com/offthelead, link in the description. So that's chapter 1. Chapter 2 is education. What is it? Its definition. More than likely with each one of the chapters, there'll be a definition of terms. So I literally have the fucking dictionary explanation of what education is, okay? Fleshing it out then, where did it come from? How long was it around? What was its original purpose? How has this changed? What's good about it? What's bad about it? Why should it be changed? What can be done to change it? And I suppose fundamentally, what's the problem with it? Okay, now again, I'm just breezing through these, okay? They're chapters in the book and I'm summarising them in fucking a sentence or two. The next one then is spirituality. Again, starting with a definition. What the fuck does spiritual even mean? Moving on from that then, religion versus spirituality, the value and or purpose of it, what it means to have it, what it means to be devoid of it, having a guiding star, having a heaven to strive for and a hell to avoid. Chapter 4, physical and mental traits. This is, I suppose, going to be largely made up of biology, I suppose. What's a trait? What does this mean? What is your versus everyone else's value? Because if different people have different traits and they have different abilities, if people have different abilities, they can contribute more or less, which, begs the question, have certain people more or less value than others? What do we mean by value in the fucking first place? How best to fuel the physical and mental attributes that you were born with? So diet, exercise and the environment. Now, of mind and body, because they're inextricably linked. So with diet of the mind is the information that you perceive through your eyes, nose, mouth and ears, or your senses generally, I suppose. That's part of the diet of the mind, as opposed to the diet of the body, which is, your macro and your micronutrients and your nutrition generally, I suppose. Exercise is the same then, of mind and body. Exercise of the mind is, not being a fucking lazy mess and not living a sedentary lifestyle, maybe going out and getting a bit of a run in or just being active generally. That's of the body, that's kind of self-explanatory. But of the mind, what I do here, that's an exercise of the mind. Jesus Christ, listening to me is an exercise of the mind. And then your environment, again, the environment that your body is in, what type of a chair you're sitting in, what type of a couch you're sitting in, do you spend your entire lifetime sitting? And then your mind, what are you surrounding your mind with? Is it Netflix and YouTube, or is it, rabbit holes and documentaries? But again, the point being that diet, exercise and environment are both mind and body, because you can't separate mind and body. They're inextricably linked. Anyway, evolution is the next chapter. What is it? Again, a definition of the term. How does it work? How it relates to life, but also language, society, culture, commerce. What are its implications? How is it that we're more closely related to whales than chickens? Okay, sex and sexual selection, the cross-semination of ideas, the pollination of ideas, ideas having sex. Chapter 6, psychology, the human experience, our similarities, our differences cross-culturally. How we are affected by our environment, pollution, population density, fucking food availability, food security, public health, mental and physical. Chapter 7, governance / politics, democracy, dictatorships, socialism, collectivism, capitalism, laws and the enforcement of these laws. Think the police, think guards, think courts, think the prison service, taxation. Chapter 8, class, upper class, or the ruling class, or elites, or they as they're often called. Upper middle class, lower middle class, working class, the poor, which begs the question of inheritance and the poverty trap, which is essentially the opposite of inheritance. Or maybe it's not. Maybe the poverty trap is just a different form of inheritance. I mean, if you're born or grow up in an orphanage, like, you've inherited no family, if that makes sense. But anyway, you can inherit debt, you can inherit poverty. What to do with all these issues? Chapter 9, business. Industry, the processing of raw materials into goods, the legal structures of companies, corporations, limited companies, sole traders, partnerships, trade, finance, banking, interest, the movement of capital, globalization, all that jazz. Chapter 10, what the fuck to do with all of this? Now, to me, the answers are, not the answers, but there's something in the following list that's relevant to everything that I just mentioned in relation to you as an autonomous human being, and they are in no particular order: psychotherapy, psychedelics, meditation, mindfulness, and generally just finding your place in society, the world, or just in your own fucking skin. So in summary, the chapters might change, the chapters probably will change. The actual name of the chapters, the order of the chapters, I have to remind myself that I'm writing a first edition. And finally, I've already made my peace with it not being as good as it could be, should be, or as far as I'm concerned, needs to be. And on that 7 minute and 16 second note, I'll chat to you soon.